All right, this lesson is about the big payback, and this is going to be the biggest revenge in the history of mankind, and it'll be the biggest revenge of mankind in the future ever written, because nobody's ever going to get no get back, because we're the ones that's getting get back. So it's the ultimate comeback of I don't even. The only thing I could think of is Reggie Miller making like 13 points in like 7 seconds against the New York Knicks, something crazy like that. I think it was like 13 points. It was like three threes. That's nine. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, and then two sets of free throws. Yeah, like 13 points in like 12 seconds or something like that. Some crazy dumb. It's gonna be that times 1,000. It's like Reggie Miller hitting uh uh 53 pointers in a row in the fourth quarter and coming back and smashing and not just beating the team just by a hair, but the ultimate comeback and completely dominating. I mean, dominating. Not just win by a hair, dominating our opposition. Revelations 9 and what's that? 13 and 9. He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the patience and the faith of the saints to get that revenge. That's a king mentality to want to get revenge on your enemies. It's because if it wasn't for E, I would have parents right now. They wouldn't be going through. My father wouldn't have succumbed to drugs, alcohol, and stuff like that. That ultimately led to him shooting himself. That's E putting drugs in our community. My mother wouldn't have known no high blood pressure, high diabetes, and stuff like that. That's E messing with the food, eating our bread defiled among the Gentiles. So this devil has killed, my parents. I hold him accountable for that. For the killings that's going on in the projects. Yeah, Jake's killing Jake, but the circumstances that Jake is in that would lead him to do things that he normally wouldn't have did, he is helping to put Jake in that condition. So my attitude is fuck him. This is Amos 9 and 13. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and the hills shall melt." So what does it mean? The plowman shall overtake the reaper. The plowman is the one that plants and plows the land. Reaper is the one that reaps the benefits. He's the one that he's gonna in a sense, like how you doing all the hard work at your job, but it's your supervisors, your CEOs, they're the ones that's benefiting most off of your physical manual labor. And the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed. The treader of grapes does the more work. Sowing seed, those are the ones that's going to reap the benefits. So what happens? What is it saying? That the plowman is overtake the reapers, meaning what? Is a changing of power. Or shall I say, the rabbit got the gun now. We are the plowmen. They are the ones that's reaping. We're going to be able to get some payback. What's that? Micah 5:10, I believe. I know I'm not that far off if it's not. This is all right, that's Zechariah. You should have a mentality of, that equality signs that they talk about Nike, man. You superiority. This is Micah 5:8. It says, "And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest." Now, why is Jacob in the midst of many people? The land of Israel, we were in our land. Now, you had a few Hamites that were still sprinkled in. I think what tribe that was in there with us that we couldn't kill because they played us. They did a trick and an oath, which Saul ended up killing them anyways. Damn, can't think of it, but that's a sign to me to jog back and refreshing my memory upon that. Not it's in Judges. I remember that. It'll come to me after I do this lesson. I know that, but it wasn't many. It was just a few, and they was in line. It's not like they had plots of land. They had maybe a community or two over here and there. But we're in the midst of many people. That's according to Deuteronomy 28:68, where we were taken from our land to the land of Egypt, also known as Babylon, where all nations are gathered. Now we're in the midst of people, and we're in a position to fulfill the prophecy of Micah 5:8. From the top again. "And the remnant of Jacob is the Israelites, shall be among the Gentiles are the other nations, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver." Get back, pay back. That worm Jacob now is becoming a lion, and he's roused up, and he's getting payback. And what does that mean? He's realizing who are his enemies are. He's getting payback. And for those that want to join hand in hand, hey man, fuck you. That want to keep his sword back, all right, go ahead. That's more killing for me. I can't wait to be in a position to be able to put my hands on some human flesh and kill it. I can't wait to do that. I would much rather that than this 9 to 5 off on Friday and clocking back in Monday morning. I'd much rather that. And if that isn't my lot, if we are going what's that second Esdras? I think it's 15 being pilgrims upon the earth, so be it. Just let the time of Jacob's trouble happen. But we're gonna be able to get down. And guess what? Once we're in the kingdom, I'm still going to be going upside some of these nations' heads. It don't stop. You got to serve slavery. Don't do what I say. I'm very picky. I'm going to be very picky with these other nations. I'm going to want things a certain way. Don't get it right, I'm going to beat your ass. And I'm going to give you some of you impossible tasks, so you can't get it right just to have an excuse to beat your ass. I've already claimed supervisors. I've claimed people who've trespassed against me. I can't wait, and that should be your attitude in this truth. is wanting to get revenge. Because right now, there's this famous movie, uh, American Gangster, and Frank Lucas, before he becomes this big crime gangster, he was just like an underling, and I think he had to pay. What? I don't know if they ever said the guy's name or character's name, or he did. I don't forgot, but he had to. Frank Lucas had to pay him, and he would always complain, saying, well, "Where's my profit?" And he'd be like, "Pay up," and he'd be like, "My man." He gave him his just due. He wasn't in a position to basically make demands, so he gave it to him. And he was like, "Yeah, okay, all right. You are in a higher position than me, so I have to follow your rules." The moment that he got in charge, he started. Oh, that's his name, Tango. He asked Tango, "Now you gotta give it to me." He was like, Tango was like, "Fuck you." Like, okay, all right. Shot him in his head and took his money and gave him his change back in his pocket. Right now, we are royal, but we not in that position to, you know, exert our royalness, for lack of a better phrase. So we gotta basically go with the flow. But best to believe when that day comes, we're gonna be able to get down. And on that note, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders, GMS Rule Well. Peace and salutations and shalom.